Hello, Island Park Eagles. It's Mr. Hoffman. Hoping you're having a terrific week. I just finished reading this wonderful book called Sam and the Lucky Money by Karen Chin. It's about a little boy and his family who are celebrating the Lunar New Year in Chinatown in a major city. And I wanted to take this opportunity just to wish all of our students and their families and neighbors and friends who celebrate a Lunar New Year, Happy New Year. And I wanted to let all of you know that the Lunar New Year is actually the biggest holiday in the world. And I'm just reading some information here. It's celebrated by billions of people. It's huge in China, Korea, Vietnam, also Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, and of course, anywhere in the world where people have roots from those places. And I thought that better than that I explain the beautiful rituals and some of the things that families do for Lunar New Year, I would share this brain pop video so that we all learn a little bit more about Lunar New Year. So I believe this is the year of the tiger. And I just again want to wish everyone a wonderful, happy, joyful Lunar New Year. And here's some more information.
Don't touch those! Dear Cassie and Moby, can you tell me about Chinese New Year? How come it's not on January 1st? From Ryan and Alessa. Great question! Parades like this one are in honor of the Lunar New Year. And Lunar New Year is observed all over the place, not just China. It's the biggest holiday in the world, celebrated by billions of people. It's huge in China, Korea, and Vietnam. Also Singapore, Malaysia, Taiwan, Hong Kong, the Philippines, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia, plus any cities where there are people with roots in those places. Right, the date. It actually changes from year to year. It can fall anywhere between January 21st and February 20th. Never on January 1st, at least on our calendar. We use a solar calendar. It counts the 365 days that Earth takes to move around the sun. Lunar calendars, on the other hand, count 12 full cycles of the moon. Many Asian holidays are marked on a lunisolar calendar, which combines the two. In most of these traditions, each year is named after an animal. And day one is the Lunar New Year. Each country has its own way of observing the holiday. In China, it's called the Spring Festival, or Qianjie. It celebrates the end of winter and the promise that spring is coming. In Vietnam, it's known as Tet Nguyên Đán, or Tet for short. That means Feast of the First Morning. In Korea, the celebration is called Solal, the name for New Year's Day. But in every country, Lunar New Year is all about family. That's one way it's different from New Year celebrations in the West. Despite all the fireworks and feasting, it's not really a party holiday. And in most places, the festivities don't end on New Year's Day. Depending on the country, it lasts anywhere from a few days to over 2 weeks. Folks travel from all over to spend time with their families. In China alone, more than 1 billion people make the trek. People spend weeks getting ready, cooking, decorating, and buying gifts. There's tons of gift giving all around, and not just for kids. In China and Vietnam, it's considered a good time to resolve conflicts, so folks don't bring negativity into the new year. For a fresh start, people get new clothes and haircuts. And then no haircuts for a month, since that would cut away any new luck. In Vietnam, a flowering Tet tree is a must-have. The hope is that it bursts into lucky blossoms on New Year's Day. Yeah, a lot of traditions are about attracting luck and good fortune. Sweeping your home before the holiday is an important ritual in China and Vietnam to get rid of dirt and dust, but also any bad luck from the old year. Chinese families might eat tangerines or place them around the house. since the Mandarin word for tangerine sounds like the word for gold. Korean families eat rice cake soup for prosperity, because the little cakes look like coins. And the Vietnamese tradition of Sam Dat, or first visit, is about starting things off right. The first visitor to set foot inside a home sets the tone for the whole year. So, families carefully choose who it'll be. No unwanted or unlucky guests allowed. Red is a lucky color in China and Vietnam, so red decorations are everywhere. The younger generation is given lucky money, in red envelopes, of course. And both countries set off lots of firecrackers, in red paper wrappings. That comes from a Chinese legend about a monster named Nian, which means year. Nian terrorized people every New Year's Eve, until it was finally scared off with firecrackers. A big family feast is a major part of most traditions. For Chinese families, that's on New Year's Eve. But in a lot of other traditions, the meal is on New Year's Day. Even ancestors, relatives from past generations, are included in the family meal. In Vietnam, a plate of fruits is placed on the home's ancestral altar, a small table dedicated to those who've died. Vietnamese families also visit ancestral graves to clean and take care of them. In Korea, a key part of the holiday is Chadye, a prayer ceremony for the family's ancestors. Special foods are laid out in specific places on a table. The family bows twice on their knees and once standing. Afterward, everyone eats a big meal together, sharing memories. In the Chinese and Vietnamese traditions, the first few days are strictly reserved for family. But toward the end of the holiday, the festivities hit the streets. Lion dances bring good luck and frighten away evil spirits. Two dancers have to sync up their moves inside an elaborate costume. You might also see dragons in parades, like this one in San Francisco. It's been a tradition here for more than 150 years. You'll see similar stuff anywhere with a large Chinese community. In cities all over the world, huge crowds gather to celebrate. Then, in Chinese tradition, it all comes to an end with the Lantern Festival. Releasing lanterns into the sky stands for letting the past go as you look to the future. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Take me with you!
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the short video on the Lunar New Year. I want to share one more book with you. This book is called Bringing in the New Year. And it is also about the Lunar New Year and how it is celebrated. This book is by Grace Lin, and it is in our library. And what is so exciting about this book is that Grace Lin will be visiting Island Park later this spring. So you will be able to meet the author of Bringing in the New Year. So again, happy Lunar New Year to all of our students and their families and friends. And with that said, that's a wrap.